Last story. Yo, there was another worship night we were
Why
playing.
do you get to tell all the stories, bro?
I don't know. Okay, now you're next time. Or you could tell right now.
Did we ever share my nuts are loose?
Yeah, we did. We shared that a couple pods ago. Great. Speak to that though. Okay, so last story. We same like a worship night. Because here's the deal. At my church, the worship nights are like you do like a gajillion songs. And so
6.
That's
one more than Sunday.
What are we, like a touring band? One more now. Back in the golden age, you never did.
I think the problem is we do an hour rehorsal. That's really the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. So we're like all these songs. I got to remember all these songs.
Like, hey, come in ready.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have the parts because you're a drummer. You got to know all the parts because it can't just be.
You got to know parts. There's tracks. We could just put the drums in there.
Yeah, right. They'll do it for everybody else, but not me. So I come in and it's highly encouraged. You're a new drummer. You just step back and let people help and influence and all that stuff. So I was offered a stick bag, right? And it's, hey, there's a stick bag right here. Use it if you need it. All that stuff.
With some Vic Firth.
That is so nice. Thank you so much. I mean, you wouldn't know exactly what sticks I use, so great.
5As.
Right? So I'm like, actually, I do use Vic Firth 5As. And I use JoJo Mayer and Questloves. Shout out all the drummers. So
we buy good things for our people.
Yeah, they do. That actually was really good. And
nobody buy Pro Mark for your church.
Pro Marks are underrated.
Stop buying Pro Marks.
That's a good, cheap, the drummer speaking. That's a good, cheap alternative. Just get the right size. You can get any stick. Just get the right size. So I really like Questloves because they're quiet and intricate and have grip. And anyway, so I had my Questloves. Had to put those away because we're using mesh drum heads. So Vic Firth 5Bs. I get behind
5As.
5As. No, I use 5Bs. So I get behind the drum cage. We do rehearsal.
You're telling me you use hot dog sticks?
Because I have to play harder, so I have to use heavier sticks.
It's about your arm and your wrist, not about the stick size.
I refuse to change my style. I refuse. I will use.
See, this is why
sticks.
you have MIDI drums. I'm going to explain this really quick. There's this thing called a linear curve, okay? And so it goes like this. But you can change that velocity curve, okay? And it's called log 1. And at one point, it just whoop, and every hit is that same consistency.
That's horrible.
And so for a drummer who struggles to hit hard, you just go, whoop. It's perfect for a kick drum. It's perfect for a snare.
You know why? Because I can't do rim shots. I can't do
Then
flams.
Get better at hitting the drum harder.
I can't do flams. I can't do any of that stuff. Every time I hit, if I go like this, bah!
That's not true.
That is true.
Go watch our worship.
There's no ghost notes. There's none of that.
That's not completely true.
See dudes trying to do snare rolls. It's like this. And it's like, anyway. So, so I'm drumming. Service starts. Drumming. Control drummer, shout out. You guys know when you are playing harder, one of the compensational pieces you'll have to make when drumming is stick depth, right? And so to get more action from a thicker stick,
you got to go to the bottom.
You have to adjust your hands. Now, what happens when you adjust your hands is you're more prone to have stick breaks. So for me, I'm hitting edge rims of cymbals with thick sticks, right? No. You're going to shave your sticks off. So good drummers don't break sticks like visually. They break sticks internally. So
right,
I'm on 5Bs.
Like Voldemort's wand.
There you go. So I'm playing, I'm drumming, boom, 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 and then stick breaks internally. Now it's like Jello,
floppy,
bro. Like it out, and then it vibrates inside your hands. That hurts.
Paper.
So I have to keep going. We're like building 7,000 times because it's worship night, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going
with everything,
and then the worst thing ever happens. My stick
stabs you, right?
Breaks out and penetrates into my skin.
Yeah, I remember that.
So what happens when that happens? Normally drummers will stop and freak out because the wait for the blood, right? No, not me.
No.
So what I do is I drop, it's the left hand. I'm washing out. I drop that stick, held it down to I had like a hoodie. So I hold my hand down like this so the blood can start dripping on my hoodie. Now, I'm good enough, not to tout my own horn, but I've been playing drums for a while.
Commitment.
I'm good enough that I can drum with one hand, right? And these are trigger drums.
Yeah.
You can't tell. There's the dynamic is dictated by
Thank God for
house.
trigger drums.
So I'm like, this sucks. I'm going to drum one-handed and I'm going to focus on like cymbal work, dual hits, right? So we're building. I put my hands are sitting there. There's some people on the stage that recognize that I don't have another stick. That one worship pastor recognizes, and out of the graciousness of his heart, in the middle of the set,
hands you a stick,
comes in,
hands you a
walks
stick.
back in the middle, right, and goes, "Hey, bro," and hands me a stick out of the bag.
And you're like, I can't freaking hold it.
I then go, "Thanks," as I'm drumming, as I
like
grab
he
the
couldn't
stick.
reach the bag himself.
And then I'm like, I'm still not using these.
No.
Like, there's a reason. And then once I could gain, and we're talking all in like, this is like a 5-minute process. So once we go down, now I can assess the cut.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, we're done.
My hand is numb.
Ow. Big old cut in my hand. Yeah, it's super numb. Let's determine if we can continue. Yes, we can. Okay. Then I put
grip that stick for dear life.
Yep. I put his stick back. Thank you. Then I grabbed my stick back, which was right here.
I'm like, my stick.
And then I grabbed a lighter stick that had some grip on it to absorb all the blood. And then continue. But yeah, it was funny. And so it was funny because the look on my face probably to the congregation looks like I was worshiping, but the look on my face to the band was a pure torture.
Yeah.
And then after we talked about it, they're like, I was like, "Hey, buddy." I was like, "Hey, man, thank you so much for grabbing the stick." They're like, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh, just bleeding out. My hand was numb."
Yeah.
I was like, they're like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "But thank you so much for grabbing me the stick." So anyway, that's my story.
That's your story.
Lots of blood. Drummers out there, learn how to play with one hand. It will, it'll benefit you greatly.
It'll help you.
So,
and last